the Sophie, when you are ready, I'm not sure whether Sophie can hear it in the back. Let me just call it.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, family members, friends, comrades, and members of the community. On behalf of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, I extend a warm welcome to all of you as we gather to remember and honor the extraordinary life of Pravin Gordhan. We are grateful for your prayers here today as we come together to reflect on his contributions, his values, and the lasting impact he made on our country and its people. At this time, I would like to acknowledge Pravin's beloved family, especially his wife Anita, and his two beautiful daughters, Anisha and Prisha, who are with us today. We cannot begin to understand the depth of the loss, but please know that our thoughts, prayers, and our deepest sympathies are with you in this moment of grief. Dr. Pravin's legacy lives on in the work he did and the family he loved and cherished so dearly. I would also like to acknowledge the Secretary General of the party, the ANC of the ANC comrade, comrade Barbara Hogan, comrade Ismail Mounier, and comrade Soli Avila, SSCP, comrade Soli Beto of Satu, comrade Kes Maria of Business, and comrade Suki Kanala of the ANC. Some of these are comrades that will speak to us, to tell us what it is that makes us attach importance, appreciate, and cherish comrade Pravin as we do. An outstanding icon whose place is among those luminaries of our movement that directed and mapped out our long road to a better future. Today's ceremony is not only a time for us to mourn, but also a moment to celebrate a life dedicated to service, to justice, and the relentless pursuit of a better South Africa for all. So it is fitting that we gather under the banner of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, an organization whose mission is so closely aligned with the principles that comrade Pravin lived by. Principles, non-racialism, non-sexism, justice, and integrity. And so and admiration by so many for the extraordinary human being who sought no fame and claimed no efforts or personal rewards. And as we gather to reflect, it is important to remember that Pravin was not only a public figure, and a servant and a leader, but he was also a key figure in the liberation struggle. At his state funeral on Thursday, Comrade Maharaj shared that Comrade Pravin had defined the slogan that remains central to the work of the youth activism program at the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, which says, organize, conscientize, and mobilize. So this powerful call for action continued to guide the Kathrada Foundation in our youth clubs and beyond, reminding us of the responsibility we have to fight for justice, to raise awareness, and to unite in building a better future. Comrade Pravin's influence will live on through the daily life, inspiring young people to carry forward his commitment to equality, justice, and non-racialism. Throughout today's program, we will hear stories, reflections, and tributes from those who know him best. And we believe that each contribution will serve as a reminder of the depth of Comrade Pravin's commitment to the ideals that we all hold dear, and his unwavering belief in a better future for South Africa. So to all of you who have traveled near and far, we thank you for joining us today. In the spirit of reflection and remembrance, let us use this time to honor Comrade Pravin's death and continue the important work that both he and the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation stood for. And so I thank you.
Thank you, Ahmed. It means so much to the people that are so Average Chicago, others here, Ila, and so many. We all need to make sure that we extract all of your wisdom before it remains as work that is not yet complete, as I think was in the case of religion. We want to just play the tribute video that was done by Video Vision and Lesh. We saw some of it at the National Memorial, but it was updated. So can we get it?
Fellow South Africans, Sanbonani, Molweni, Kwemeda, Tobela, Dumelan, Absheni, Sawandani, Indima C.R. Lord Charlie, good afternoon. intimidation of this kind, let me say very clearly and categorically, is not going to intimidate me and stop us from fighting the good fight.
You have been brought in to clean up this mess. Your reputation is stellar in terms of that which you did at Treasury and in taxation before you. So arguably they've got the right man for the job.
Born in Durham on 12 April 1949, he grew up in a working-class Indian family with no ties to the apartheid struggle. From a young age, he had a passion for learning, fighting injustice, and serving others, and earned a bachelor's degree in pharmacy from the University of Durban West in 1973. He entered South African politics during the height of the struggle against apartheid. In the 1970s, as a student, he participated in underground activities with ANC and led the student movement and civic structures in Durban. As a pharmacist at King Edward Hospital, he held secret meetings in storerooms and was dismissed in 1981 for his political activities. He was detained several times, received banning orders, endured torture and solitary confinement, and spent years in underground structures for the cause of social justice. From 1974 to 1990, he was an executive member of the Natal Indian Congress, involved in the launch of the United Democratic Front, and a key figure in Operation Bula.
It's all dangerous institutions. Because at the end of the day, it's not the challenge institution itself is only. In an institution like SARS, the Treasury, or the Reserve Bank, or other similar institutions, you affect generations to come. So you actually saying to South Africa, and your own family, the mother that you referred to earlier on, amongst others, that you will continue to stand here and continue to deny what you've really been guilty of, rather than own up and help the country cleanse itself. You don't think you want to change your tack in the face of all the political changes in life. How do you think your story is going to stick?
I'm in no position, Honorable Malema, to express a view on the findings that the public protector has made against Minister Gordhan. That is a matter that is now before the courts. But I can express a view on the character of Minister and the contribution he has made to the liberation of our country. I have appointed him to a critical and demanding position in cabinet because I know him to be a person of commitment and integrity.
Those who dream of greatness in the arts, in sport, as builders, or teachers, in business, or in public service. I'm sure you've got some of them. We expect delivery. We expect change for the better. We expect progress in South Africa that benefits all its people. This channel last night was actually saying, I'm now encouraging mass mobilization. Yes, I'm unashamedly encouraging mass mobilization.
his team for putting this together. As I called out Priyasha to come and speak to us, many of you would have heard her and Anisha speak at the funeral, and in Derek's words, they will really be the stars of that, if you can use that terminology. But what we also want to do in today's proceedings, because we can't accommodate everybody who wants to speak, we are going to ask some of you to stand in front with these posters that are all over here as different speakers carry out particular functions here. In particular, to start off, we really want to thank a team of people who stood with PG to deal with all of the legal issues that he faced. Advocate Dirk van Zyl, who started the process of ensuring that his client ADB to pay a multi-million rand settlement for corruption and asphalt. Many of you will remember Advocate Michelle Leroux, Senior Counsel, who represented PG at the Zonal Commission and successive court challenges against the former public protector. Nicole Fritz, former Executive Director of Freedom Under Law and the Alan Sussman Foundation, prepared an urgent application in 2016 to challenge the criminal prosecution by Sean Adams and the NPA in 2016. I'd like them to be joined for us to recognize all the work that they've done, but to also be joined up here by Adrian McKay, who has really been the person behind the scenes in this last few weeks and years at SARS and elsewhere with PG. I don't know if Mandela is here, but I'd like Mandela also to come up. Mandela has been really the person behind on the side of PG as an advisor and as a friend, little program through all of the periods in the last 10 years or more. So if we could get yourselves to just be up here, there's a set of posters that I'd like you to stand with as Priyasha comes and gives a speech here. Can we welcome her here, please, as she comes up.
Good afternoon, everyone present here today. Apologies, I'm a little teary-eyed after that radio tribute. Thank you for all of your work in honoring my father both before and after his passing, and for giving us, the family, a platform to speak about him and to share the different sides of him to the South African public. He was a phenomenal human being whose humanity and soul were truly magnificent and sometimes otherworldly. After my speech at his funeral, my cousin asked me why I brought attention to my cheeks and double chin. And I remember as a teenager that someone remarked, and I quote, "You look like Pravin in a dress." At the time I was mortified, but as I have gotten older and I can see him in my own features, I can only be grateful. Unfortunately, Vanita's genes didn't seem to put up much of a fight. Opportunities to give the country a glimpse of man only a few privileged individuals got to experience. As much as my father was a pragmatist and realist, he was also a foundation and eternal optimist, which is most likely why he was given the name Mr. Fix-It and why he threw himself headfirst to challenges others to shy away from. It is why I think he found himself at the helm of unenviable tasks such as being the head of National Treasury post-accession of 2008, or the head of SOEs at the height of state capture. And probably why his favorite portfolio was actually Kafka, where he could return to the basics as a vice activist. He was extremely ticklish underneath his feet. He loved to watch Yes Minister clips on YouTube and made me watch them too. He got ready to smooth jazz in the mornings. During our car trips from Victoria to Durban, he spent the +/6 hours telling us about his struggle stories. In fact, particularly heartbreaking for us as a family was that my father had just bought his first car since 2008, a few weeks before he passed. He was so excited to use the car to traverse our country. Unfortunately, we never got the opportunity to do that with him. Someone mentioned the folklore of my dad taking